There's this secret battle happening all around us on our power grid. It's a hidden crime, and it's happening every single day. We're talking billions of dollars, and it's affecting honest, paying customers, like you and me. The crime? Energy theft. And today, we're going to go on a little investigation and meet the new detectives on the case, smart meters.
So, are you paying for your neighbor's electricity? I mean, it's a bold question, right? But it really gets to the heart of the problem. See, when someone steals power, the cost doesn't just, poof, disappear. The utility has to make up for it somehow. And guess what? That usually means higher rates for everybody else. So yeah, in a very real way, you could be footing the bill.
Okay, so let's talk about the hidden cost of power. How did this even become such a huge problem? Well, to get to the bottom of it, we've got to go back in time and look at the old school tech that was used for decades to measure our power.
All right, let's really dig into the old versus the new here. On one side, you've got the old mechanical meters. You know the ones, those spinning dials under a little glass dome. They were basically just one-way devices. They recorded how much you used, and that's it. The real problem, though, someone had to physically come and read it, maybe once a month. Think about that. A lot can happen in 30 days. This made them super vulnerable to physical tampering, and since they gave you zero detailed data, spotting any funny business early on was, well, nearly impossible. Now, on the other side, you've got modern smart meters. We're talking a whole different ballgame. Two-way communication, automatic reports coming in all the time, and super detailed data. It's a total game changer.
And it wasn't just about the security flaws. The old system was just inefficient. I mean, think about it. You needed a huge workforce of people walking around, physically visiting every single house. That's expensive. And let's be real, people make mistakes. Sometimes they couldn't get to the meter, or maybe they just jotted down the numbers wrong. It was a system that was practically begging for an upgrade.
So let's meet the hero of our story, the smart meter. And really, calling it just a meter doesn't do it justice. Think of it more like an intelligent sensor, a communications hub, and yeah, the frontline detective in this whole fight against energy theft. So, what is a smart meter, really? I mean, what makes it smart? Well, here's the core of it. Yeah, it's an electronic device, but the magic, the real secret sauce, is in that phrase, two-way communication. It's not just shouting your energy usage into the void once a month like the old ones did. No, this thing has an ongoing conversation with the utility. It's sending data, and it's also receiving commands. That's the key. Okay, this is actually really interesting, because we didn't just leap from those old spinning dial meters to the super smart ones we have today. It was an evolution. It all started with something called AMR, or automated meter reading. This was a huge first step, right? It automated the monthly read and even had some basic tamper detection. A big improvement. Then we got AMR+. Now we're getting daily reads, maybe even hourly data. We're getting closer. But the real revolution, the thing that changed everything, is AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. This is the full two-way street we were talking about. This is what allows for things like remote programming and different rates at different times of day. It's not just about billing anymore. This is about managing the entire power grid.
So you're probably wondering, how do they pack all this intelligence into one little box? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look at the anatomy of a smart meter.
Okay, I know this looks a little complicated, kind of like the blueprint for a spaceship, but don't worry. This is basically the brain of the operation. We can break it all down into a few key parts that all work together to do three things: measure, process, and communicate your energy data securely.
Yeah, it really just boils down to these three core functions. First up, sensing and measurement. This is where high-precision parts are measuring exactly how much voltage and current is flowing through. Super accurate. Next, you've got the brains of the outfit, the processing and control unit. It's basically a tiny computer that grabs all that raw data, crunches the numbers, and gets it ready to go. And finally, number three, communication. This is the part that actually sends that data out to the utility. So it's like measure, think, and talk. Simple, right?
And this is crucial. These things are built tough. They're designed to be secure. For instance, they have their own power supply with a battery backup. Why? So they keep on working even if the power goes out. They've also got physical anti-tampering sensors, so if someone tries to crack open the case, it knows. And that real-time clock, that's so important. It puts a precise timestamp on every piece of data, which, if you're building a case, is absolutely critical evidence.
Okay, this is it, the main event, the investigation. We've got the technology, we've got the data flowing in, so how does it all come together to actually catch a thief? This right here is where the smart meter puts on its detective hat.
And this quote on the screen, it absolutely nails it. It's not about a single alarm going off, some gotcha moment. No, the real key is the story the data tells over time. See that constant stream of information from the meter? It paints a picture of a household's daily life, its energy habits. Early detection is all about spotting when that story suddenly goes off script, when it just doesn't make sense anymore.
Okay, take a look at this. This is what a normal story looks like. This is a healthy pattern. You can practically see the rhythm of someone's day, right? The power usage climbs in the morning. People are getting up, making coffee. Then it dips during the day, probably while they're at work or school. And then, boom, it peaks again in the evening when everyone's home. It's predictable, it's normal.
Exactly. The best way to think about it is like a data heartbeat. It's got this regular, predictable rhythm. And what's really clever is that the utility software, it learns this unique heartbeat for every single home, every single customer. And this is what it looks like when that heartbeat goes haywire. Now, these specific graphs show a system fault, but here's the thing. Meter tampering creates a very similar picture of pure chaos. To the analytics software, it's all the same, a sudden, dramatic, and totally abnormal event. The heartbeat is broken. Maybe you see consumption suddenly drop to zero, which is impossible if the lights are on. Or you see these wild, crazy spikes that just don't match up with, turning on a microwave. These are the red flags. This is the alarm bell.
So here's the most important takeaway. The system isn't just looking for someone using too much power or too little. It's way smarter than that. It's looking for a break in the pattern. It's looking for anything that deviates from that established heartbeat. And the second that heartbeat flatlines or just goes completely bonkers, an alert gets triggered automatically. An investigation starts long before an old-school meter reader would have even gotten out of their truck. That is the power of early detection.
Now, catching thieves is obviously a huge deal. But believe it or not, it's just one piece of the puzzle. This technology is the foundation for something so much bigger. We're talking about smarter meters and smarter grids.
Just look at this diagram. This shows you the bigger picture. Your smart meter isn't just sitting there on its own. It's not an island. It's one intelligent node in this huge interconnected network that we call the smart grid. You've got information flowing from millions of meters for electricity, for gas, for water, all streaming back to a central hub. For the first time ever, utilities have this real-time bird's-eye view of the entire network.
And what does that get us? Well, the benefits are massive. With all this data, utilities can send power where it's needed most, way more efficiently. If there's a power outage, they can pinpoint the exact location instantly instead of waiting for calls, which means faster repairs for you. It helps them balance the grid when we're using renewables like solar and wind, and it puts power back in your hands. You get the detailed info you need to actually manage your own usage and, save some money. It's just a smarter system for absolutely everyone.
So there you have it. We've seen how these smart meters are like the power detectives of the grid, using data to keep things fair and secure for all of us. But as this incredible web of intelligent devices just keeps growing and getting more connected, it leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? As our grid gets smarter, what's the next frontier? With this amazing level of insight and control, what new challenges and what new opportunities are we going to unlock on our way to a truly intelligent energy future?